All right, what up, you lab rats? This is Get in the Lab, and we are looking back at 2014. So we're gonna have a special guest with us, and you'll see that in just a second. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back to the lab. My name is Megan.
I'm Kevin.
And let's
get in the lab.
All right. So, like I said in our intro, we're looking back at 2014, and we have a special guest with us.
Yeah.
Say hi, John.
Say hi.
Hello, YouTubers.
You can just look anywhere. It's you can look at us. Yeah,
Okay,
just look at us.
awesome.
So, thank you for coming on the show. It was kind of random,
Yeah,
but like.
I just came here to work on my website,
And then we riled you into being on the show. That's what we do, actually.
Awesome.
We actually just wrangle you into whatever we're doing.
Pretty much it. I'm like,
All right. So, B, how are you?
Pretty good. So Christmas is over.
Christmas is over.
You got everything you wanted?
I did, and more. Kevin always surprises me with awesome gifts. He spoils me, nonetheless. Okay, so.
Well, you greatly deserve it.
Oh, thanks, B. Thanks, B. So sweet. So yeah, we got a bunch of new toys. Definitely, we got some toys this time.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally, we got toys to play with.
Yeah, this toy.
That's new.
Only lasted a week, so.
And a lot of other new things are happening. You got all of your like little stuff for the wedding, which I'm sharing on my wed vlog and stuff like that. And we're kind of wrapping things up here at the end of the month.
Mm-hmm.
You guys just did your last wedding of the weekend,
Yeah.
or of the year last weekend.
Yeah,
How was that?
felt great.
It
It was. How'd you feel? It was your last wedding.
of the year. It's like
On your own?
It was close. Like it was like an ordinary day. Like it's something I felt like second nature to do.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I just felt like just.
So when I wasn't there anymore, was it cool?
No,
it
it was still like I still had to get it done.
yeah.
It wasn't that okay. I had to assure myself that it was good.
Yeah.
I can I will go up to you and say, okay, you check
Yeah.
if it's good.
Yeah.
And now you're not there. It's like, okay, I had to ensure that it's good. So I
You're right,
stayed
right.
there and actually look at the pictures. It took a little longer because I was looking at it. I wanted at least everything looked good at the pictures when I was taking
Yeah.
Mm.
things I was able to redo if I had to redo.
That's cool, man. I appreciate that. Like we've been chatting about you a lot actually because because with me retiring and stuff
Yeah.
like that, like.
And also, you want to be a coach, so you want to see if.
Well, not necessarily. I want to be the best coach for you. I think like I kind of played with that in the beginning of the year, and we'll kind of get into that, like our sort of timeline to the massive change that we kind of created to get to this point. But coaching is difficult, but when it's somebody that you like care about, like you, John, like it's more fulfilling, I would say. So I don't think I would take on being a coach like just anybody. Like it takes so much like effort, time, and you have to care, right? Like,
Yeah.
And the only reason why I would care is because I care about the person. If it's just like, I feel like if it's like a regular person, it's like whatever. Which is what I
Well, that
did
depends
before.
on your client.
That's true.
Yeah. Well, you get to choose who you want to work with. and-
That's right.
Yeah.
So I think coaching is like kind of, I think I kind of made up my mind and made a decision about that. Like coaching is going to be something that's just basically in-house. Because it takes a lot from you, but it's super rewarding when it's the right person, on the other side.
Yeah.
Coachee, right? So I just want to do a look back. We're going to just, for the last show of the year, and let's take a look back at our greatest hits. Like, I love greatest hits. Like Journey's greatest hits or Boston's greatest hits. Like, what's your favorite greatest hits, John?
Doors.
Yeah, Doors' greatest hits. Do you have a greatest hits favorite?
No.
Probably not, yeah. But anyway, I was just thinking about, like, greatest hits. Everybody's putting out these, like, it's 2014 look back, and I thought that was kind of cool to,
Like
for us to look
Facebook.
back.
Facebook making everyone do a 2014 look back.
Yeah.
And then it turned into a disaster.
Putting up a wrong photo is not even me.
Yeah. We're gonna try not to do that. Let's look at our highlights.
Yeah.
And because I think the very beginning of this year was like we didn't know we were gonna end up here,
Yeah.
and
We weren't expecting this.
yeah,
Right?
we just totally weren't expecting this. This kind of feeling
Yeah.
like, okay, we're doing a show together, we're running a business together. You've now replaced me.
Yeah.
Like that's totally way beyond what I was like hoping for. I kind of thought about it in like my wildest dreams, but I didn't think it
Yeah.
was gonna happen so soon. Like I already told you I didn't want to shoot.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, man, it's impossible. Who's going to take my place? Like, it seemed like a mountain of a job.
Yeah.
And then would you want to let me go and all of that crap? And, like, that took a lot of time to...
And yeah, doing a lot of revamping the photo
Yeah.
booth business,
Yeah.
building a new booth, many changes. Like we started the year with a new booth and we saw that business grew substantially.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty crazy.
Many things. I think every year we're always growing and we're growing towards a very different path.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty cool. Like, so in January, we first went to Tokyo.
Yeah.
That was awesome. We spent like 2 weeks in Tokyo, and that was our time to kind of like, for me anyway, I don't know what you were thinking about business-wise, but I was totally thinking like, okay, you know, how can we make this year move the needle forward in the way that we want to go? And like towards the end of our vacation, I was already starting to like, my brain was already going on things, and how can I, actually, my main thought was like, how can I get you to get what I'm doing and for you to understand what I'm doing? Because I felt like you were on the verge of it. Whereas, like,
I found myself after attending NMX.
yeah,
But
I think
NMX
that was the
came
biggest
before
one.
Japan.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, we went to NMX first. So New Media Expo, which is just like, you guys should know, it's a bunch of like people who come together who create media online and stuff like that, and they sit and they talk about all this stuff, right? Podcasting was a big one. And finally, yeah, when you were able to see that, like,
Yeah.
there was actual proof.
Yeah,
actual,
it was pretty inspirational to
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know who these people are, but when they're speaking about anything business related, anything that I can take back home and apply it towards our business,
yeah.
I
Yeah.
kind of get what podcasting was after that.
Right. And not only that, but just like
self-marketing.
self-marketing, personal branding, this kind of new movement that we have really not really delved into with, you know, Kevin Levu Photography.
Yeah.
And so I think, yeah, that was like the major, like, game changer.
Yeah.
So for anybody who kind of doesn't get it, because I think a lot of people go through that, like me, I switched from this world of like corporate, and now I was trying to get you to like understand what I'm doing. I think
Yeah.
a lot of people can relate, because if I try to tell you, John, like, this is what I do, you'd be like, I don't know. All right. I don't really get it. But if you go to an event, right, if you go to an event together,
Yeah.
and you can kind of just see, like, be on the same page, basically. That's what it was. It was getting on the same page
Yeah.
for both of us. And then
And we don't know. We probably will attend an event at Podcast Movement.
hopefully, I don't know when the next one is, but yeah, the event, you know, it's like letting others say it for you.
Yeah.
Because there was only so many ways, and because I don't know, I didn't know how to say it to you in a way
Yeah.
that would kind of speak of your language, right?
Yeah.
Speak your language.
So I needed to speak of your language,
Yeah.
and somebody else could do it, like Pat Flynn or whatever, and you could meet these other people. And before, like, I was thinking at that very moment, I was like, man, why couldn't you get that from me? And then I was thinking, that's freaking stupid. Like, you got it.
Yeah.
Goal achieved. And so after that, I think slowly began to like open your mind to these possibilities, to where like now we're running a show together.
Yeah. It was inspiring to change and grow, like see potential growth and what could happen.
Right.
Things that even our market in the wedding industry aren't doing.
Right.
So being in front of a video, speaking right now, just being very
Transparent.
transparent
Yeah.
to the crowd. Yeah, it really made a difference, because now a lot of clients, they already know who we are as a team,
As people, yeah.
people,
Yeah.
and they can relate to us. Like right off the bat, they already feel comfortable when they're meeting with me in the office.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
So And some people do stumble across our Instagram or just
Now we're grabbing clients
Yeah.
from every which way, right?
yeah.
So like kind of Pat Flynn's little thing, be everywhere. Kind
Our
of
faces
strategy.
are everywhere.
Yeah.
But
But in a good way, right?
Yeah,
Hopefully
we're-
in a good way. We're not like
we're not laying our eggs like
flooding
just,
the feed.
flooding the feed and being
Yeah.
annoying
Yeah.
on the net. So yeah.
And I think all of that massively helped. Like that attitude and that kind of like approach to business massively helped with the transition of you taking over for me. Like if we weren't transparent about it, and if we weren't talking about it all the live long day, and
Yeah.
people kind of knew our story and why we were making these changes and not
Yeah.
trying to shove work off or trying not to deliver the same quality. In fact, we're trying to deliver better quality, right?
Yeah.
Because here, John is somebody who actually
Mm-hmm.
cares about shooting and staying within shooting, where I was not on that page.
Yeah.
And so
Well,
I-
you were ready to branch off, do your own thing.
Right.
And
Yeah.
yeah, I felt the business is growing
Yeah.
because it was just not a team of me before, and then when you came along, it was a team of 2, and then when
Yeah.
John came along, it was a team of 3.
Right.
But now it's really a team
Yeah.
It's really a team.
because it's me, you, and then you're taking care of the back end for
Right.
us. You're like sustaining our foundation.
Right.
Yeah.
I think we missed those steps. In the first couple years of just us, we weren't really getting it, the team effort. And I think having John on keeps us accountable. Like because he's not in a relationship with us. Like because
Yeah.
we're in a relationship, things can be like you can become irrational because you're in a relationship. You can become like too emotional.
Yeah.
Right? Right? So I know I became way emotional, way sensitive, and it's like I had to tell myself to be like to calm the fuck down and be
Yeah.
like, just cut it off. Like I had to tell myself to be kind of like not emotionless, but like when it's business, it's business.
Yeah.
When it's go time, it's go time, right?
And it's the same thing when, like, I'm talking to John about his images.
Yeah.
It's business when it
Yeah.
comes to criticism.
Yeah, it's not. I'm not trying to hurt you
Yeah.
with these words, which is what like when I was younger, we used to shoot together. That's how I took it. It's like you're attacking my soul when you're looking at my photos because you get, you're still trying your best to shoot these images
Yeah.
and the work that you put out. And when somebody says, "No, that's no good," like you get butthurt, right? So. But we always try to since we already went through that, it's so great because we just tell you, John, straight up, like,
Yeah.
it's not good, but here's the reason why it's not good. It's not because
Yeah,
you're
because
not good.
you're not just saying it's like bad. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
explaining why it's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
bad. Like
Yeah.
you're showing it off. You're not just like, okay, it's bad. Like,
Yeah.
there's no progress in that. There's no
Exactly.
Yeah.
no going forward after like you say it's bad. Like
Yeah.
why it's bad.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
You tell me why. You show me why. And you point out details, stuff like that. So
Yeah.
True
I don't
that.
take it to offense. I never did. I never
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
But
Well, it's good, yeah, because you're not, it's like
You're
a different
open-minded.
relationship,
as
Yeah.
long as you explain to me, it's like if you
Yeah.
don't explain to me, I'm gonna take it hard. It's like okay, so show me how to do it then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like you tell me back, it's like I don't know. It's like if you
Yeah.
tell me why it's wrong, it's like okay, this is this.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Don't be like think about it. And
Yeah.
take it. Like I'm gonna
Yeah.
take
Exactly.
like,
Yeah,
you know.
we would be like really not very kind to each other, in the
Yeah.
beginning because we didn't know how to do it. We
Yeah.
didn't know how to
Communicate.
communicate. We
So-
didn't know how to lead and follow.
Yeah. Before I would just say it's bad, and then
It's
I went
bad.
I went back to my room and I was like, that's it.
Or he would just do it himself. He wouldn't explain
Yeah.
why it was bad. And then
Yeah.
that would always make me feel like, that I'm not doing my job. And when you don't feel like you're doing your job, then you don't feel worth it. You're not giving
Yeah.
you're not contributing, right? And when you're part of a team, that's so important. I think that's the biggest takeaway
Yeah.
for somebody who's running a business and who wants to expand. When you're running a team, you have to know how to lead and follow.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be in both positions and understand and have empathy for both positions and what it means to lead and follow. You really can't have one without the other.
Yeah.
So I think when we both understood that, because I think we both do a very good job of leading and following when we need to.
Mm-hmm.
You lead me when I'm lost,
Yeah.
and I lead you into new like podcasting, and
Just
stuff
new
like that.
stuff. Yeah.
New stuff, right? And online marketing, and then allowing each other to actually do that. Because
Yeah.
before it'd be like, oh, let me lead. No, let me lead.
Mm-hmm.
No, let me lead. And it was very confusing. But yeah, I think that was the biggest change, and I think it's super exciting going forward. How do you guys feel about this first wedding you guys did on your own?
Yeah, I felt the
Without
same.
me.
It felt good. Just like sometimes like right.
I think he should feel the change a lot more.
Yeah.
Than actually Kevin, because like I'm usually.
It was you and I, huh?
Yeah, it was like,
it was you and I
once I was
together.
done with helping Kevin out, like whoever,
Yeah.
and you were done, we just sit there and just talk. Like I'm just standing there with them, like,
Yeah, we just talk smack.
just
Yeah.
just shooting the shit. I guess
Yeah.
when it was time to go again. And
Yeah.
now like some of these like other guys, other vendors there we're working with, like video guys, like some
Yeah.
are kind of like weird.
Yeah.
to talk about like I'm just stand there
You learn.
or I like wait for Kevin for like
Yeah.
if he
Yeah.
comes and talk to.
True that.
But
True
like,
that.
there's all. I think just downtime. After that, it's like just it snaps back in. Like okay,
Yeah.
I've been
Cool,
doing
man.
this for a while now. Like I know what I'm doing.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
good to hear. Yeah, that's really good to hear.
Yeah.
Like,
And
I
riding
think-
shotgun too. It's like
yeah. Oh, yeah, finally. I always used to make John ride in the back because I just like, I don't know, it feels weird if I
Yeah.
ride in the back. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know. I think I'm just so used to it, whatever. But yeah, I think everything's the way now, it was supposed to be. And it's just weird. It's so crazy weird. I'm really happy for like us
Yeah.
and where we're going.
But I feel like I don't want to move way too fast.
Yeah.
I think staying here for,
What's
just
way too fast?
way too fast is like having John jump the gun and be on his own. I still think we should still kind of solidify this a little bit
Yeah.
more. Yeah, still feel that we can accomplish this before he branches out
Right.
and start doing his own weddings. But yeah,
Right.
But I feel like he has the potential already, and that's the move of going forward for the business is
Right.
to go in that route.
Right.
But yeah, I feel like I still think we still have to work at it just a little bit more. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, we've accelerated crazy. I mean, like 2 weddings ago, you didn't know how to shoot rings. This is just an example. And
Yeah.
then now you're like, your shots look like mine. That's
Yeah.
crazy. To me, that's crazy because it took me a long time to like, because we weren't doing that kind of thing where you working really closely with me. But it just goes to show like when you put your mind to it, you can make shit happen pretty quickly, and you shouldn't fear that kind of change. I think like, letting you fly solo, like I was more willing to let you fly solo and me willing to back off. That maybe because I didn't want to shoot anymore, but like I wanted to just let you do your thing.
Yeah.
You're gonna learn.
And it's like that day just felt like an ordinary day to me. It's like
Yeah.
I didn't feel like until Kevin actually mentioned it up. I'm like, oh, it's like it's gonna be doing me. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that's right. It's like I wasn't panicking. I wasn't nervous. I just
Yeah.
did my thing.
That's good.
Yeah.
I think we did a good job then.
I stuck with the basics. And, just
Mhm.
the
Yep.
basics, man. The basics.
Basics. Yeah.
But I think when you have confidence in a person, then that person will be confident in you.
Definitely.
Try and help them out. Try and
Definitely.
lead for them.
Yeah.
That they can be confident on their own.
Right.
So it's all about confidence at
Yeah.
first.
At first.
Yeah.
Because we can coddle you and try to tell you this is how you do it and come back to me and check with me if it's cool. But you never learn to make decisions on your own, right? You never learn to problem solve on your own, like in your own specific way, because you're a different mind than me. You're going to shoot differently than me. I can teach you everything and coach you. But until I actually let you go do, it's like you're never really going to come into your own as a shooter or as a businessman. So like a big part of it too is like letting go.
Yeah. Letting go.
We can only mold you and influence you as much as we did and do, but for the most part, you're doing your own thing, and like I think that's really relatable to just running a business and hiring people on into your business. So.
But just like with every step now, like he's been following us for the past 4 years.
Yeah. It's been 4 years?
Yeah, like 4 years.
Yeah.
I've been carrying bags, holding.
But,
boxes.
Yeah, that's amazing.
But he was observing.
Yeah.
But the next step in observation and also learning is meetings. Like how do you sell yourself is the next thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm learning that all the time. Like I can very easily sell us because I guess like I don't know, it's not me.
Yeah.
I'm not like too attached to it.
Yeah.
And maybe I have to get over my own like insecurities to actually just sell myself. Because
Yeah.
later on, that's the plan. That's why
Yeah.
I broke off from shooting, was to go do that.
Yeah.
And so I think that's going to be my biggest kind of hurdle in 2015, is learning how to sell myself. Like all these things, the podcast specifically, brought a lot of attention to what we can do on our own and together. And the potential is pretty massive. Like now I'm getting opportunities to speak.
Yeah.
Hopefully in, podcast movement and other podcast thingies, like that's an amazing opportunity. And now I have to be like, okay, now I got to execute.
Yeah.
Now I got to actually pull the trigger, I got to fly solo. Right. So, I don't know. I think it's just going to be super interesting.
Yeah.
Like to be branching out totally different from what we've normally been doing.
But yeah, selling yourself all comes back to confidence, as well as, you're confident in yourself, you're confident in your work, and you can execute it for the client.
I think,
So,
that's it. You
yeah.
made it really simple. That's the best way to look at it, instead of muddling it up with all of your fear and doubt, is to
Yeah.
be confident in what you can do.
Yeah.
And then just do it. Like if
Yeah.
you can assure your customer or your client, like, I will get this done,
Yeah.
that's it, right?
But
That's all
for
you kinda have to
sure,
worry about.
I have confidence in John, and I mean, I'm not going to market for John, but yeah, I'm going to show him the ropes and how to market himself.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
coach him. All
Yeah,
that stuff.
coach him.
So,
All right.
what are we
so
looking forward to
for next year?
for next year? And we've got a new site launching on the new year
Yeah,
for KLV Photography. So it's going to be kevinlevu.com. Coming back.
it's a new and improved site.
It's a rehash site. And it's not just a rehash site. It's actually, we're going to be offering much more value
Yeah,
as wedding photographers and as,
our
future married couples.
experiences
So,
about engagement sessions, tips, everything.
yeah.
Also shooting tips,
Shooting tips.
what we do in the back end as photographers, and
Yeah.
what makes us a distinguishable photographer than the rest of the market.
Right.
It's also more friendlier. It's mobile friendly, so
It's all that stuff.
yeah,
Yeah, it's fancy.
it looks great.
And not only that, like relationship tips. And it probably got really dark. So how do we look on the screen?
It's kind of dark.
It's kind of dark. Yeah, that's all right. It's not too much of a long show, so we've got a little bit more. We're going to cut it off at like 30 minutes. But relationship tips and stuff like that. I think the first newsletter, so if you sign up to our newsletter, which it's basically us writing it, you get like 2 emails a month. And it's basically a lot of tips for brides and future married couples and married couples.
Yeah.
From our experience. Because I think a lot of the information that we're finding out now as we're planning our own wedding and as we've done a bunch of shit together, we have a lot of good, useful information for people in relationships. And so that will be exclusively in our newsletter, which you can sign up for free.
Yeah, what
So-
colors don't match, what
Yeah.
clothes to wear during your
What
engagement.
colors bleed, what
Yeah.
colors look horrible in photos.
Yeah.
Like these are, I mean,
Yeah.
it may seem like a little thing, but in our experience of shooting weddings for a very long time,
Yeah.
it's important information. So we hope to give that to you when the new site launches on New Year's Day. And we're going to keep trucking away, keep asking questions to be on the show. We didn't have any questions today, and it kind of worked out because it was a nice little look back at 2014. But in 2015, a lot of new, interesting changes are
It's
coming.
going to be spontaneous.
I don't know what the hell's going to happen.
1 hour photo, one day, or someday, or next year.
1 hour photo.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
A lot of
really
new-
want to execute
new business ventures.
new business. Yeah.
So, what about you, John? What's looking good on 2015?
I guess you're starting a website too.
Yeah.
Now.
Oh yeah, give that, shout it out, drop
yeah,
it.
It's John Lay Photos.
Okay, cool, man.
Soon. I'm working on that and just working on myself too. It's like
Good deal, man.
it's like now self-employed.
Yeah.
Having a lot of time free. Like
El
I could-
jefe. Yeah, man.
I don't know. Like sometimes, like it's only been my 3rd week or
Yeah.
my 4th one. I don't know how long.
Yeah, how's that feel?
It's
You
just-
left
it-
corporate.
Like I have a lot of free time. Like I don't know what to do with it. Like I'm working on here. Like sometimes I get bored and like I start seeing too much of the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's, that thing I was talking about, like, not talking to one, like, I'm at home, it's like everybody's gone in my house, like, no one's home, just by myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I come over here, it's like, okay, cool. But when I'm by myself, when there's nothing to do, it's like,
Yeah.
what to do with that free time. I started, started doing my health. I need to get back into where I was at.
Mhm.
Yeah, man.
Because like I kind of fell off the wagon. I need to get back on that. You know, like I don't want to make it cliche. Like everybody
Yeah.
likes it. New Year's and change it.
Yeah. We're gonna get back on that too.
It's gonna.
I've been back on
get
it.
Back up to there.
Oh yeah, you've been back on
It's
it.
like,
I have not.
I went for a run yesterday. I was like, okay, I didn't strain myself out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just test the water.
Yeah.
Ease back into it.
Yeah.
I think, that's our first tip too in the newsletter. Like, because I think everybody's thinking about, I got to lose weight for my New Year's resolution, whatever. We're not really into resolutions. We just know we got to be healthy so we can do the shit that we need to do every day. But that'll be the first tip. And that was, to ease into it. Like we weren't super crazy strict with our diet. And that was the first thing that kind of had to get in check before anything, before even working out, was to get the diet in check.
Yeah, the New Year's resolution should be like, I'm going to change every freaking day.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Not just like I'm just going to change one
Yeah.
for
that's
one
exactly,
whole year. Yeah.
that's exactly how I feel. I just try to be a better human being every day. And how can I be better? That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. All right. So good things. I think
Yeah.
we're.
Thanks
we
for being on the
covered
show.
everything. Yeah.
Oh,
Thanks for being on the show, man.
Next time I'll be here, it'll be longer.
A badass beard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Badass Beard. Yeah, it's pretty good stuff.
Yeah, you like
Yeah.
that stuff? That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's give a
Smells
shout
good.
out to Badass Beard Care. Charlie Moyer, right?
Yeah, Charlie and
Yeah.
Ashley Moyer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the clients of ours turned
Awesome.
entrepreneurs. That's clean,
Mhm.
man. That's
It's
clean.
really good. It feels soft, like.
Yeah.
and
We
everything,
really
you
we
guys
really like the
it.
product, and we really like what you do, what you're doing there. Of course, because you're
It smells good too.
the entrepreneur bug. All
Yeah.
right. So good things. I think we're gonna clock it out at a good 30 minutes. And thanks again for watching. Once again, my name is Megan.
I'm Kevin,
And we'll see you.
and we're out.
Out.